what you did. It was all over the place. The gas? Yeah. I'm gonna top off a little 5-gallon and then burn it out over the week. Get some gas then? Where? Right up there by. This is regular 93, right? 85. Oh shit! I don't know where you gonna get E from there, brother. I can't help you there. While I'm home. Why you on that side, my guy? Old lady looking at you. So I do not know if this is going to solve the problem, because I still end up having the hard steer after the new rack. It was a little better. So I had another pump. We swapped the pump out, put a new pump in. Same thing. So basically what I'm doing is I took everything out. I cleaned out all the lines. I pushed air into it. I loosened everything off the rack at the bottom. Made a whole bunch of mess. Cleaned out all the lines just to prevent any blockage. So now I'm just reassembling everything. I'm also playing with the adjuster screw. So I just did what the recommended sequence was. Tighten it all the way up till it stops, then back it off, I think with 20 degrees or something like that. So that's what I did, and hopefully this fixes the pumps. So after a whole bunch of mess, I'm about to clean the driveway for this one. But after a whole bunch of mess, I cleaned everything out. I put new fluid in. I blew out all the lines. I reset the rack. So now I'm gonna slowly try to bleed it out, and hopefully that could help get rid of some of the air or whatnot. Because I don't know what else could be causing this issue. Like you're driving at low speeds. So you're driving at like low speeds and then just start wobbling and going. It's like death rattle for trucks. It's crazy. But yeah, let's see what's going on. I don't know, maybe this is a good sign, but the pump is making noise. Before the pump wasn't making no noise, nothing. So right now, it's not perfect, but this is definitely a big improvement. So you saw from the little clip to the Car4 Drive, it did not end well. So the pump is definitely working, but it blew out the seals inside the rack. It was dripping out from the boot area. So yeah, I think it's safe to say this rack is garbage. We have some kind of blockage in the system, and at this point I'm just gonna go manual rack and just say screw this, because this is the second rack in 2 days. So yeah, I give up. So couldn't get the power steering situation figured out. I believe there's a blockage somewhere within the unit. Probably I don't know, but there's a blockage somewhere, because new pump, new rack, and it kept blowing the seals out of this rack. This is the old one and the new one that we put in. So we're just gonna end up going manual electric power steering, like on my all-wheel drive Accord. So now I'm just gonna take this apart, make a quick little just make this one DIY manual, and hopefully get rid of all the power steering and have no more issues. the car, doing all them crazy stuff, the rack seemed perfect. So I am going to guess that the reason why it was causing so much issue, it has something to do with the power steering pump and the coolant and the fluid system. So I guess there's a block in there somewhere, but I have to remove all the lines, take off the exterior cooler. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put a manual rack in this thing, so at least we drive it, then do the steering column just like I did with the all-wheel drive Accord, and let that be a fix for it. But I don't know, so far everything looks in perfect condition. So we finally took the washer off. We need this for the new one. We're gonna get a new, I ordered some inner tie rods, so you get new shims, but this spacer, we need it. So I have to find the other one for the other side. Great. So we have everything already made up. This is the plate. This goes over that. Just gotta drill this hole and this one right here, and then put some Honda Bond. That should be good to go. I have the grease, so I'm just gonna clean everything up right now. Oh, and just whoever's doing this is a 7/8. This goes over this embossment right here, and this was a 17 that goes over this. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So once we took the cylinder off, this is how everything looks. Already cleaned it up. So basically it goes like this. This is the internal springs. It goes like that. Just gotta good. There you go. So there it is. Those are all the seals. Put the spring back in, and then we can start reassembling everything, putting grease on everything, and just start putting everything back together. I'm not really going to take apart this section. Some people do. I'm just going to spray, clean it out, pack it full of grease, and just put it back together. So basically the rack is ready to be installed. Just gotta put some Honda Bond around this, and I did this over here so I could put like I think it's a bleed screw. So this way I could just pack it with grease, with a little grease fitting. So I'm gonna put that right here. Honestly, I screwed up, but that's what I'm gonna end up using it for. It's either that or just weld it up. But yeah, that should work. So the rack, the plate is already cut. I made a new one, so everything is together. Now what I'm gonna do is just install the tie rod ends. So this way we could just start throwing this back together into the car, pull the old rack out, and start with a new install. So yeah, we're running out of time, so I won't be recording this process, but it's very simple. Install the tie rod ends, tighten them up, put these little washers on, and these ones you gotta squeeze over these spacers. So I'll show you once everything's done. So basically that's how it's installed. You put the washer, you put this spacer closer to the rack, then this little tab washer slide into this groove. You tighten everything up, and then you just bend this down over it, so this way the nut doesn't back out while you're driving. So to do that for the second side, and throw it in the car.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.